Hello, thanks so much for looking into Merlin's Mountain today. My name is Andy, I'm having a great day, thanks for asking. I hope you guys are as well. We're going to do a chakra, where's the box? We're going to do a chakra reading in today's video, and here's the box. Chakra cards by Rachel Sharman. These are really, really good cards. And they don't just restrict themselves, to the 7 chakras. We go right down into the Earth Star and we go right up above as well. And those extra chakras are so worth taking note of, friends. We think of chakras as relating to the human body and the processes of the body and of healing and everything, but our actual connection to the planet, to Mother Earth, and our Stargate chakra connections to the wider universe, to all the wonders of that, are so important to what actually goes on in the body. It's something that I think maybe isn't well enough understood. Maybe you understand it, dear viewer, but maybe some dear viewers don't understand it. That's where I'm coming from there. Okay, so let's pick up the cards. We'll have a good old shuffle and we'll come up with something good. And this is basically going to be a 5-card pick a card. Okay, sometimes I recommend picking all the cards when it's tarot and oracle, but for this one, I don't know. Well, it's entirely up to you. It really is. But I would just either pick one or maybe 1, 2 or 3, something like that, because with 5 of them and something like, I think, 11 chakras in this system we're using, you're going to end up with kind of too much information, if you know what I mean. It's surprising how much more focused things are if you just pick 1 card or maybe 2 or 3. Okay, so let's turn over the top one. And we're in the Earth Star chakra here. This one is rebirth. There it is. Can you see? I guess you can see it. My screen always looks really bad, but when I watch the videos on YouTube, they are visible. So I guess you're looking right at that. It's the black of the Earth Star chakra, and any black crystals are good for attaching to the Earth Star chakra and just working on that chakra and nourishing it and cleansing it, because the Earth Star chakra is actually down with all the goddess energy there, and it is very, very earthy energy indeed. You probably are undergoing some kind of rebirth yourself if this card comes up. And actually, I think most of us are going through some kind of rebirth most of the time, if I'm quite honest. It's just, not always easy to recognize it as rebirth and not always easy to go with the flow. But it's a powerful awakening, healing kind of process that's going on at the moment. And that's the nature of rebirth. Birth itself, of course, is always an absolute beginning. But rebirth is about getting things right, maybe things that have gone wrong in the past, or maybe just a complete new leaf, but it's a rebirth of your life, a rebirth of your energy, and a sign of things moving on. Just remember that the universe totally supports you in rebirth, because that's where it's come from. The lack of support with rebirth really is an earthbound thing. It's something that people in this world kind of they resent a bit, I suppose, because we're getting some kind of joy that the rest of people aren't getting. But they could have it if they wanted it, really. They just don't know what they're talking about, most people. That's the trouble. Do I know what I'm talking about? I hope so. But basically, just affirm to yourself, if you pick this card, that the magic of the universe is actually giving birth either to a new you or to a wonderful new part of you. Something within you is going to change. But do be grounded, friends, because this is very, very strong energy. Ground yourself in Mother Earth's absolutely amazing, edifying, calming sort of energy. Okay, that's the way to go with that. So that is card number 1. Number 2 is this one. Number 6 in the deck, flexibility, and we're with the sacral chakra here. Hence this orange colour we've got. And look at this character in the centre of the picture here. She's stretching up. She's kind of doing some kind of yoga. It is yoga, bottom line. That's what's going on there. And yoga is one of the most amazing physical disciplines you can do, because it links you very, very closely to the spiritual, the sacred side of yourself and whatever it is you're trying to do. Now, with the sacral chakra, you really need to acknowledge that you're just being free flowing about things, because the sacral chakra is part of you that can actually put a block on progress, that can actually block your enjoyment, I guess, of what you're going through. So if you want to really make the most of what you're going through, get more out of it. Maybe you're going through a bad time even, flexibility is the way to deal with all of it, absolutely, every time. The nature of life, the experiences we're in are always trying to make us more flexible. That's why they're so difficult for a lot of us, because we could tend to go rigid and try and sort of fight off the change, especially if it doesn't seem like welcome change. But change is inevitable, friends. Life is change. So you need to clear that sacral chakra, and you need to be as flexible as you can. Okay, so a good exercise with this is, if you're tolerating something, see if you can kind of change that so that you're allowing it. Because when you tolerate something, it's bubbling up underneath you, and you wish it could be different. If you just accept that change is happening and there's no way around it, and you just allow things to change, allow things to happen, allow yourself to be yourself, that's what this is really all about, then that flexibility is just going to do wonderful things for you. It's going to be a great, great relief if you can work on that one. So flexibility there for card number 2. Number 3 is this one, and it is in the throat chakra this time, and it's all about communication, speaking your truth. That's so important, and that actually flows into all areas of communication. The more open you are, the more truthful you are, and the more straight to the point, and never mind what other people think, the more you're actually giving out into the world, the more difference you're making in a positive way. The throat chakra is this indigo colour, of course, and it's all about listening, communication, life purpose. The list of things is endless. It helps you get aligned to your soul purpose. It always brings out the truth, helps you find your voice, self-expression, creativity. All those things are important, extremely important, really, because those are soulful pursuits. Those are soulful things that are actually going on at a soul level. And again, your communication with the divine is very, very strong when you communicate openly with others. Now, there are all kinds of influences in this life that will try and stop us from living our truth and speaking our truth, but the thing to do is just keep on overcoming them as much as is humanly possible, and just have that affirmation that you're going to be sort of free flowing with your communication. Really, that's the thing. It's about going with your own flow. That's what really matters. And just tell yourself you can communicate in all ways with ease and with grace, because it can be done, friends. It really can. So communication is card number 3. Card number 4. Now, did you pick card number 4? Let me know in the comments, friends, which card you picked. It's always interesting to me, and it helps our spirit guides get sort of zeroed into each other, which is what's kind of going on with the whole Merlin's Mountain channel, really. It's all about the magic of the mountain, meeting with the magic of you and making things happen. Now, in the last card, I said the colour of the throat chakra was indigo. Silly me, it is, of course, turquoise. But I was reminded of that when I turned this card over, because it's number 27, Psychic Development. This is the third eye chakra, and this one is indigo. The throat chakra, of course, is turquoise. You don't need me to tell you that, but, it is. And this one's indigo. It's the third eye. Important with this card to recognise that, or try and at least get in touch with how very deeply your intuition is actually connected to you and everything you do, including, things that you have a gift for doing, whether that's psychic gifts or any other kind of gift. This card comes up because if you chose this one, right, this is a very positive time and a powerful time for developing psychic abilities, okay? It's the Psychic Development card, and this pair of hands is holding up this amazing crystal ball here, and there is a vision in the crystal ball, and this is a real kind of, I can't overemphasize this, friends. I really can't. I took up crystal ball reading fairly early on in my mediumship, sort of psychic career, as it were, quite a long time ago now. And there is always something in one, okay? Some crystal balls, you look in it, you see it. Some of them you look in it and it comes into your thoughts. Some of it, some crystal balls, you stare and you gaze and you kind of try and stop trying and you just try and relax and let it come. Nothing happens, and then you put the crystal ball away and all the information is suddenly there. They work in different ways, and anything psychic is like that. Your guides will find a particular way of working with you that works for you. And so this really is, again, all about you. And like all these cards, it's about your connection to the universe. It's the third eye chakra, and if you drew this one, friends, great things are happening. Make sure to cleanse and heal that third eye chakra as much as you can. And to cleanse and heal any chakra, okay, you just visualize the chakra color, in that case indigo, the color of denim, basically. That's my favorite way of looking at it. You just visualize that color bright and sparkling within you. See the third eye, it's kind of on its side and it's looking within. Up here it's working with the pineal gland, and just visualize that color as totally pure and clear. And if anything bothers you at all about that color or about that chakra, you just give it to the angels, okay? You give it to the higher realms to sort out for you, and they'll transmit it. They'll turn negatives into positive. Transmute it. They'll transmute it. I'm thinking too much about transmission at the moment for reasons I will come to in a minute. But yeah, they will transmute that energy and make it positive and make good things happen for you again. And that brings us to card number 5. Here it is, and it is Spiritual Awakening, which goes hand in hand with the last card of Psychic Development. In fact, all these cards go together, really, because they're all about the chakras and they're all about the spiritual universe. So the crown chakra is what's really indicated here. It's an embodiment of all the wisdom that's ever been, really. That's what's available to your crown chakra. And believe it or not, friends, you can handle that amount of information, that amount of knowledge, and that amount of magic, because it is actually second nature to us. It's important to keep the crown chakra clear, because that, above all, is where we start connecting to the outer universe. Oh, I'm sorry, just give me a second. There's someone in a car outside. Well, they've gone away now. I don't know who it was, but they have gone away. So here we go. Spiritual awakening. Back to it. Now, the crown chakra is so important because it is all about that spiritual awakening. And spiritual awakening is something that's going on all over the planet. It's happening to everyone, absolutely everyone, even those who've got no idea what it is. YouTube is full of preppers talking about waking up to what's going on in the world. Well, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories. I'm not that kind of channel, really. But, take away all those conspiracies, take away all the politics of it, basically. And what you're left with is the undeniable truth that the world is changing vastly, really much more quickly than it's ever been able to change throughout history, at least this time around, the history that we actually know from the present civilization. Who knows what civilizations are to come after us? I hope they make a better job of it than we do. I really do. But that awakening is going on all the time. And really, it's an awakening to the I am presence, For example, if, like me, actually, so I do a bit of prepping. I have kind of more food than I need. I'm all set up with a Dutch oven and everything. I cook outside and that kind of thing. Because it saves money and because it helps me be prepared for whatever's coming next. I don't get too screwed with electricity prices spiralling. And, there's not much we can do about gasoline, is there? But still, it needs sorting out. But the thing is, what really all these things awake me to is that there is actually, everything we need is provided for us on this earth. And I can just gather up a few twigs that have fallen from the trees because I'm fortunate enough to live in nature, in the woods, on the mountain here. and I can pick up sticks and things and just cook on those. It's pretty much free, you know. All it costs is a cigarette lighter to actually light the thing, and that lasts many hundreds of fires. It really does. So, you know, that has made me really aware of that I am presence, of the divine, of the power of that in my life. And no doubt, friends, as things get more difficult, we are going to find resources that we never knew we had. And that's why it's so important not to panic about the way the world's going at the moment, but to still have that, just affirm to yourself that you want to keep on awakening, you want to keep rolling with it, because every time you find a solution to the craziness of this world, it's something from the divine realms that is working with you. It really is. So that, my friends, is card number 5, and that, my friends, is today's reading. But just before I go, a quick update on what's happening with my internet for the regular viewers. If you're new around here, by the way, please do hit that subscribe button. You're very welcome. More videos coming all the time. That's what I'm all about. That's what Merlin's all about, really. But yeah, more videos weren't coming for quite a long time between May and earlier in July, really. Because I did have a copper wire connecting my house through a phone line to the internet, which was 62 years, well, still is 62 years old, but I've stopped using it now. I've gone over to 4G wireless and cosmic download speeds. You know, if I want to watch a video or something, it comes up in full HD, no problem. But the upload speed, slightly disappointing. I'm working on it, right? I've got to buy some kind of booster aerial and fix it on the wall outside. I'm told, very reliably informed actually, that is going to work, that is going to increase both speeds, and I'll just get like ridiculous amount, even more than I actually need, of download speed, and hopefully just enough upload speed so we can do the live videos, so we can enjoy each other's company again. And that's what I'm pushing towards, but it's going to take a little while, right? It's going to cost a fortune, and my car has its annual safety check, the MOT as we call it in Britain. It has that annual safety check on Monday, and that chances to cost me ching loads and loads of money, most of which I haven't got yet. If I get away with that, then the very first thing I'll do is get on Amazon and get an amazing signal booster, so I can keep the videos coming, I can get them back into HD, and we can talk to each other again. I am so looking forward to that. Friends, thank you very much for watching this video. Really appreciate you guys stopping by. Please leave me a comment. It's always good to share the journey together, you know, and like I say, helps our guides get zeroed in. Drop a like on this one if you've enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Makes all the difference. And ring the bell so you don't miss anything. I'll see you again in a future video. Love and light. Blessings to every one of you, and peace.